Go? Yeah. It's a lovely one.
So my experience is with my mum, so I don't know what it's like personally, but my mum, who sadly is no longer with us, she died in 2018, but she was diagnosed with dementia in 2013 with Alzheimer's. Having that diagnosis really helped all of us. I think once we'd got that diagnosis, it helped, everything fell into place. It helped us understand what she was going through and why she was doing the things she was doing and the behaviour. And it helped us be a lot more tolerant and a lot more patient of those things, because we're only human, and when somebody, you know, is very repetitive and says the same things, it's, you know, sometimes it does try your patience. But once we'd got that diagnosis, it was like, right, she can't help this, you know, this is something that she can't help. And it just helped us, it really helped us, and I think it helped her as well. I went to some courses locally, which I found really helpful, courses for carers. One of the biggest things I learned was that her reality was very much her reality. For example, she would, every morning when she went to get dressed, open the wardrobe, she would say, "They're not my clothes in that wardrobe. I think the lady that lived here before left those clothes." And rather than saying, "Yes, they are your clothes, Mum," and her, you know, and getting into that argument and her getting upset, I learned to go with it and just say, "Well, there's some nice things there, Mum, you might as well, you know, wear them." And she would laugh and giggle and say, "Yeah," you know, because she always loved a bit of a second-hand bargain, my mum, so that was sort of like, she would giggle and laugh, and it was such a better way of just overcoming that situation. The thing that really helped Mum was having consistency, because her life became very routine, and that's what kept her going, that routine. That was sort of like the security that she lived within. She knew what was expected of her, you know, get up, I get washed, I get dressed, have breakfast, you know, and while she was in that routine, she could function really well. So keeping that consistency in that routine was really important. And when we had carers come in to support her, we found that some agencies, you have lots of different carers, and that really didn't help Mum, because these strangers were just turning up into her home and saying, "Come on, we're going to give you a wash," and she's like, "Hang on a minute, no, you're not." So we went sort of to lots of different places until we found an agency where we could have consistent carers. So my mum then had two main carers that supported her all the time, and that really helped, because she got to know them, she built up that relationship with them, they almost became like family. I think the thing that we felt that we would have liked at that point when she received the diagnosis was more information. As with all dementia, you know, the person deteriorates. So, you know, you start off with them being able to cope in their own home, you know, with little support, and then gradually they need more and more support. And I think it's almost, if you could have somebody that sort of holds your hand along that journey, that would be amazing. When a person with dementia is taken out of that routine that I was just describing, where they know what's expected of them and what's happening, into a hospital, for example, everything just goes out of the window. But there were things that they sort of had in place that they didn't always use that I think would have really helped. So there was like a lovely sort of whiteboard behind my mum well, every patient, where you could tick, you know, this person, you know, has dementia and they like tea with milk and 1 sugar and that sort of thing. And often that wasn't filled in. And it's like, oh, you've got these things that would be such a valuable resource. In the end, I took my own white pen and filled it in so that they knew, because It sounds simple, but some of those things are so vital. So to get my mum to eat and drink, if you gave her a cup of tea with no sugar in, she wouldn't drink it because she wouldn't like it. So, you know, fluids and things like that were really important. So it was really important that they knew she liked it with milk and 1 sugar. So those, you know, they seem quite simple things, but, you know, they make a big difference to somebody's sort of health. Like my mum wore glasses and she also had dentures. And if she didn't have her glasses on, she couldn't see, so she would be even more confused, even more upset, and times I would go and she wouldn't have her glasses on, or if she didn't have her dentures in, she wouldn't eat. She couldn't eat very well without her dentures in, and her dentures got lost, and you know, and it's all those, they seem little things, but they are massive in terms of, you know, my mum being able to function, to eat, to drink, to just, you know, the fundamentals that she needed to keep well. Yeah, that was really difficult. Listen to the relatives, because the carers, the relatives know that person. You know, I knew my mum inside and out. I knew all her little nuances and what they meant. And, you know, I could say to them, you know, she's doing this because of this, I know that. And often sometimes that wasn't listened to. So yeah, I think listen to the carers is so important, because you know that person so well.